and lasted long after that chapter was closed and all but forgotten. Preacher was the first white man to see many areas of the West. He rode trails that before him had been ridden only by Indians. Preacher named creeks and rivers, and the names stand today. Indians still sing songs about Preacher, and some say Preacher still rides the ghost trails of the High Lonesome. Book 1. Put your faith in God, my boys, and keep your powder dry. Valentine Blacker. 1. Preacher had been smelling smoke for a couple of days, and when the plumes finally came into view, he had steeled his mind and stomach to the horrible sight of dead and mutilated and tortured bodies of men and women and children. Too damn many people in their wagon trains trying to move west and getting themselves ambushed by hostiles. This land ain't ready for settlers, Preacher muttered, as he rode up toward the crest of a ridge. Why in the hell don't people see that? He topped the ridge and stared in utter disbelief. No burning wagons here. No tortured and savaged bodies. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was a damned settlement. A diddly-damned settlement right in the middle of nowhere. He counted the houses. 5 houses and a big, long log building that was probably some sort of community meeting house that also served as church and schoolhouse. Disgusting. Preacher had seen some white folks just last week, and now he'd run up on some more. The wilderness was filling up faster than a city. Why in the hell didn't people stay to home? Preacher stayed just inside the stand of timber on the ridge and thought that if this kept up in 2-3 more years, there'd be a damn road all the way from New York State to the blue of the Pacific. Women a-flapping their dressed tails and shaking their bustles and a-batting their eyes and doing all them other strange things that women is prone to do when a man is around. And they'd have hordes of squalling kids a-running around and farmers cutting up the land and growing things. And the Injuns would get all riled up and go on the warpath, and they'd be graveyards filling up faster than who'd have thunk it. Pitiful. Made Preacher sick to his stomach just thinking about it. Horse, he said to Hammer, do we want to go down yonder and listen to a whole passel of nonsense out of the mouths of them pilgrims? Hammer swung his head around and gave Preacher a very dirty look. Hammer didn't like people no more than Preacher did, although neither man nor beast disliked humans as much as he let on. Preacher swung down from the saddle and stretched, then squatted down on the ground, eyeballing the settlement from his position on the ridge. He had to admit, though, that somebody among the movers had them an eye for land and had picked them a right nice spot to light. There was a pretty little creek running soft and sweet nearby, with stands of cottonwood and willow and oak and elm dotted all about. Preacher guessed that Fort William was about 40 miles away. He'd been figuring on meeting up with some old boys there and getting drunk and telling lies and dancing and shooting and lots of other good stuff. But this totally unexpected sight had shaken him right down to his moccasins. He couldn't figure just what the hell these folks was doing out here. The summers were hotter than the fringes of hell, and the winters were brutal. This wasn't cropland. Preacher figured those folks down yonder could raise kids, but that was about it. Just ride on around these crazy folks, Preacher muttered. Leave them be. 'Cause if you ride down yonder, they gonna be asking your opinion on matters and wanting you to stay and help out, and there'll be some white woman sure as hell without no man, and she'll be sashaying around a-winking and a-giggling and a-wiggling this and that, and knowing you, boy, you'll be trapped down there for the winter, which was a long way off, since it was early spring. The mountain man called Preacher shook himself like a big dog and stared down at the settlement. It was either 38